Welcome. This is Jameson Paradise, and I'm here to draw some secret knowledge. Now today, I'm going to talk about how to unlock your free will. Unlock your free will right here. Now in order to truly unlock your free will, I want you guys, if you want, to question free will for yourself. That's the only true way to unlock your free will. Because I don't want you guys to always be listening to other people's videos and definitions of what free will is. I'm just giving you my definition on how I found and unlocked my own free will. Because what I see in this world is that most of us are not using free will. We have this power, but we are completely unaware of it. And because we're unaware of it, it's subconscious. We're not using it. So, today I'm going to talk about how you can perceive and become aware of your free will. Alright? Now let's take our realities and look at it like this. We have two different extremes. Alright? They're contradictions, like light and dark. On the light side we have free will. And on the dark side, we have fate. Alright? Free will and fate both exist. Fate exists in the fact that you can't always control what happens to you. If someone dies in your family, if you get in a car accident, things like that, you can't always control that from happening. You can't prevent it. So we can definitely acknowledge that fate is a real thing. The free will aspect comes in when we realize that we can choose how we want to respond to the external circumstances. To give you guys a clear picture, external circumstances, everything is an external circumstance, including your thoughts. Your thoughts and your feelings are external. We generally think of them as internal. However, I'm telling you right now, they're external. Alright? Because if you're able to look at a thought is a thing. And in order for there to be a thing, there would have to be the opposite of a thing, which is a no thing, in order to observe and look at a thing. You can only become aware of something if you're looking from the outside perspective. So there's always a first person and a third person perspective. However, most of us are living our lives. We're thinking, but we don't know. We don't actually know that we're thinking until that awareness hits us that, whoa, I'm thinking. And then when we become aware that we are thinking, then the thinking changes. But a lot of us will get lost in thought. And when that happens, we become those thoughts to the point where we are totally lost in something that is not ourselves. So this is why free will is important. Because now you're not going to get lost in that shit. Alright? So think of it like this. You're receiving all these thoughts. You're receiving them. Because you didn't have it before. And now all of a sudden this thought arises. This thought comes to you. You just received a thought. Your free will comes in when you're aware that you are actually receiving these things. So when you receive it, it now becomes an extension of your energy. However, that doesn't mean you have to keep it in. You don't have to trust everything that comes into your energy. It just means that you received it. So in that regard, it's your responsibility. Because with free will comes the awareness of how responsible you need to be. So when you receive a thought, by being aware that you received a thought, you're able to become aware of what the thought was. Now, for example, let's say you had a thought, I'm hungry. I want a bag of Cheetos. You receive that thought in your mind. If you weren't aware of your free will, then you would actually probably think you're hungry. And then you would go downstairs and get a bag of Cheetos. So in that case, you just became a victim to that thought. You just became the thought. Now, if you're aware of your free will, this is what would actually happen. The thought would come that says, I'm hungry, I want a bag of Cheetos. If you're aware that you received that thought, you would know it's not you. It's just something that you received. So as a result, you have that ability to choose how to respond to that thought. So what happens is, being aware, again, the key here is to be aware that you're actually receiving these things. You're receiving it. Because you didn't have it before. And now you have it. So you receive the thought in your mind. This is your mind, this hand. You receive this thought. Boom. It got caught up in your mind. Now it's your responsibility to choose what you want to do with that thought. However, if you're not even aware that you can choose, then you're always then you have no choice. So then you have no free will. And if you want to live like that, that's cool. But I'm telling you right now, you have free will. So someone with free will, they could be like, they just had a thought. I'm hungry, I want Cheeto. You know what? I don't want that thought. So what happens is, if you are not actually hungry, that thought bounces back out into the universe because you chose not to take up on it. And that's where your free will is. So although you didn't choose that thought to come to you, you didn't choose the ability to receive that thought. You did choose what you wanted to do with it. And that's important because your future depends on what you do right now. Your future depends on what you choose to do right now in the present moment. So what you do right now will create your future. And if you're aware of your free will, then you would know that the future is in your hands. You're receiving thoughts. You're receiving everything. Anything that's a thing is something it's coming to you. That's how you know you're receiving all these different things. If you're not aware that you're even receiving them, they're all just going to bunch up and ball. That's why you have overthinking. Because these thoughts are going to take advantage of your ignorance. Alright? So your free will is your ability to respond. Anything you receive, it's up to you to choose how you want to respond to that. That's your free will. Alright?